Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Ferguson.
Hey! Hey! Come on in. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hi. Welcome. Welcome to Los Angeles, California. Welcome to the Late Late Show. I am your host, TV's Craig Ferguson. Thank you. All right. All right, that's enough. That's enough. You're starting to sound like a laugh track. Which, of course, you aren't. Or are you? Take that, internet rumor mill. It's a great day for America, everybody. You know why? Iron Man was came out over the weekend. Oh, my Lord! Did anyone see Iron Man? Did anyone see? Everybody saw it. Well, everybody that isn't in the laugh track here saw it. Do you know how much money this movie made this weekend? $100 quadrillion. I haven't seen it yet. I'm the only person in America. Me and everybody who's not really here. The trailer's fantastic, though. Can we see the trailer for Iron Man? That's enough. I know. Now, to be fair, I know we showed that last Friday, but once is not enough in this man's discount comedy emporium. Big political news today. What? I'll tell you if you shut up. All right, what is it? John McCain admitted today he did not vote for George W. Bush. I know! He did, however, vote for George Washington. Hey! I want to get me some of them newfangled wooden teeth. Hey, you know some news happened in Hollywood today? I don't know how to feel about this. Scarlett Johansson and Ryan Reynolds have announced their engagement. I know, another great one off the market. Those full lips, that beautiful hair, that famous chest. And Scarlett Johansson's good looking too. I know. Yeah, well, look, you're the one that can't sleep. I'm just here. Anyway. Hey, did you see Tom Cruise on Oprah? I never miss Oprah. I love Oprah. I've said this before on the show, but it's true. Oprah is such a good person. When Oprah farts, people get helped. They do. Oprah lets one go. People go, you know, I feel kind of better. Anyway, Tom Cruise was on Oprah and he was very calm. No couch jumping, no getting down on his knees, no jumping on. None of that. Which can only mean one thing. Somebody's back on their medication. That's right. Why not? Now, there's big music news on the interwebs. Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr may be reuniting to make music. Wouldn't that be great? Because Paul's been through... Yeah, I know. Paul's been through a great deal recently. That divorce really took a toll on him. Do we have a picture of Paul? There he is. Yeah. I know, but like I say, it's a discount comedy emporium. Now, of course, it's a great day for Mexico today. It's Cinco de Mayo, everybody. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Yep. I don't really know what it means. I think it means 5 kinds of mayo. Now, Cinco de Mayo... Guess what? I'm not really Mexican. Anyway... Cinco de Mayo it's a huge holiday in America. It's not such a big deal in Mexico. I think it's a big holiday up here because more Mexicans live here. But what? It's a joke. Except in California, then it's just the truth. Cinco de Mayo, though, it's like St. Patrick's Day in Ireland. Like, here on St. Patrick's Day, everyone's, oh, oh, kiss me, I'm Irish, ha, 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 ha. In Ireland, they don't give a rat's ass. They They don't. They spend the day, of course, they spend the day drinking and throwing up, but that's just Ireland. Ah, it's Monday, let's drink to Monday. Kiss me, Father O'Leary. I will. Mexico. I love Mexico. I've been there a lot, because when I first moved to America, I had to go to Mexico every 6 months, because I had a visa that said I needed to go out of the country and come back in. And the closest place to go was Tijuana. You know this isn't going to end well, don't you? It's true. The first time I went to Tijuana, I was very nervous because I didn't speak the language. So I brought a friend of mine who spoke fluent Spanish. The trouble is, he's from Britain, and he speaks Spanish with a British accent. I know. I had no idea why everyone in Mexico was laughing at us. Then, he's speaking this odd Castilian Spanish, so to them it sounded like, I say good, hello. How do you do? I say, could you kindly direct us to the donkey show? I know, I'm just as confused as you. Anyway, today is not just Cinco de Mayo, of course, that's a great, happy Cinco de Mayo. Today is, we've been doing this show for a few years now, and tonight, this particular show, I mentioned this on Friday, this is show 666. Cinco de Mayo, show 666. Coincidence? See, coincidence. Show 666, that's scary. That means anything could happen tonight. There could be really bad graphics, for example. Yeah, you got Yeah, well, that worked for me. The number 666, of course, is associated with the devil. I don't know why. I think probably because the number 555 is taken by fake phone numbers in movies. I'm not sure I really believe in the devil. Aye, the devil. I've suddenly got very, very Scottish indeed when I mentioned the devil. The devil! Oh, the devil, you say? Aye, the devil! I was raised by Monty Python. Aye! The devil is what I meant to say. I'm not sure I believe in the devil anyway, at least the way he's portrayed in the movies. You know, big, red, horny guy who smells of sulfur. Red, horny, smells of sulfur. Remind you of anyone? People are afraid of the devil, but he can be defeated, just like vampires, you know, can be stopped by garlic or daylight or a stake through the heart, pretty much anything lying around. The devil can be defeated, but only by one thing, fiddling. And then only in Georgia. Oh, I can't play the violin with my hooves. Why did I even invent country music? That's a joke. I'm taking a break. We'll be right back, everybody.
The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. Sponsored by T-Mobile. Stick together.
Welcome back! Welcome back, my naughty monkeys. It's show 666 tonight. That's right, the devil's had plastic surgery. The 666, the devil's number, of course. The modern depiction of the devil, by the way, is from, I think, anyway, I think scholars would agree with me, although they wouldn't watch this show, but I think they would agree with me, that the modern depiction of the devil really comes from John Milton's Paradise Lost. Milton was a 17th century poet who wrote a poem called Paradise Lost. The devil's in it. I know what you're thinking. Here we go, another late-night talk show host banging on about the Elizabethan poets. Didn't Jay Leno do this whole bit last week? He did a whole thing on the Epitaphum Damonis. Hey, the Epitaphum Damonis. You went, that is cold, Jay. That's right, I said Epitaphum Damonis on late-night television. By the way, there's also a place up in Hollywood Boulevard you can get an Epitaphum Damonis for $20. It's a book. You're welcome, poetry scholars. Poetry scholars enjoy the show. Finally, a show for us. That's quite a shock. Excuse me while I stroke my cat. Changed my mind of what I was going to say. What was it? John Milton. John Milton came up with the devil as we know him today. You know, the red suit and the pitchfork, the horns, very scary look. Do we have a picture of the devil? Oh, come on. I think if the devil was around today, he wouldn't have horns and a pitchfork. He'd look human. Well, almost human. He'd look a bit like this. That's what. Yeah, that's what I like. Oh. Think big, kick ass! The devil. No, the devil has many names throughout the world, of course. Lucifer, Beelzebub, Old Nick. He keeps changing his name. He's like the evil Puff Daddy, basically, is what he is. And when I was a kid, we used to play the records backwards to hear messages from the devil. You would try and you'd get a heavy metal album, then play it backwards. You know, I wanted to hear things like, don't go to school. Enjoy marijuana, or something like that. Instead, I would keep doing it, and every time I tried it, it just went, Schnatzkiatsnabit. Zifnabut. Which is, of course, satanic language for go to school and do your homework. I don't know. See, that's where the kids today have got it rough, I think. You can't enjoy the satanic messages like you used to. They've got the iPods and the Google and the FaceTube and the My thing. You know, they can't play anything backwards. If the devil exists, he probably is very upset by the modern technology, the digital. I can't imagine he would know how to use an iPod. What he needs is someone to go down there and help him out. That's right. Hurry up, Bill Gates. I don't care how much you give to charity. We made a deal. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, but that Zune is crap. But I'm kidding about everything else. What Zune? Exactly. Do you know the movie with the devil in it that I like is the Robert De Niro played the devil in Angel Heart. Remember that? That was great. That's a great movie. I like that. He's only in it for a little bit, but it's still good. And Al Pacino played the devil in, what was that one? The Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves. Remember that? Where he's, the devil, Keanu Reeves is like, I'm confused and kind of have to go like this. I know that's a bit too animated, but, you know, But Al Pacino, take that, innocent Keanu Reeves. But I liked Al Pacino in the movie because he does that. Oh, I have so many names. Hoo-ha! Oh, I smell a woman. It's a different movie, isn't it? Do you know who I'd like to see play the devil? Sean Connery. I know. You'd like to shell me your shawl? Down there. Shell me your shawl. Sean Connery, he would play the devil fine. He would use his technique of being Sean Connery. Hunt for Red October. Yes, I'm a Russian submarine commander. Irish cop in the Untouchables. That's right, I'm an Irish cop. James Bond. I'm James Bond. The science fiction movie Zardoz. Oh, look, another planet. You see where I'm going with this? I know. We have to take a break. We'll be right back, everybody. We'll be right back. welcome back, everybody. I know I've been mucking around too long. It seems like I'm almost possessed this evening. It's show 666. I know. I'm a little bit freaked out by it, I have to say, because I know, you know, I'm mucking around with it, but anything evil could happen at any moment. There's a lot of strange stuff goes around this studio, that's all I'm saying. There's a bathroom right out there, haunted. Something terrible happened. I'm just telling you. We gotta get on with the show. Do we have time for an email tonight? Do we have time for an email?
Yes, Greg, there's time. So open your mind for a magical ride on email.
I've got blisters on me fingers.
Yes, Greg, there's time. So open your mind. I know. There you go. These Beatles, they looked that promising. They ended up doing jingles for late night TV. Who would have thought? All right, let's see what we got. This is, this is from Susan in Mayaguez in Puerto Rico. Mayaguez in Puerto Rico. Mayaguez. She's in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Well, the only person that's going to know is Susan. And she's like, I'm not. And I'm like, aha, no one can hear you. It's show 666, Susan. What can I do? I have to obey the Dark Lord inside me. Who keeps moving my tie. All right, Susan in Albuquerque says, how's your tooth? Oh, yeah, my tooth. I had come here. I had a dental extraction done. And I had a tooth out. What? I know. I don't know. Think how it was for me. You're only looking at it. I had to have it out. Anyway, it's that was a couple of months ago now, wasn't it? That was a couple of months ago. The thing, yeah. So now that it's healed up, just to give you an update, Susan. What's going to happen is that the dental team of dental professionals are going to go back in and replace and put in that space. They're going to put in an implant. I know. So I've been trying different implants in there to see which one fits best. It's like Cinderella with the slipper. You know what I mean? It's like... It's close, Cinderella, but not quite right. Oh, yeah, what is this? From Patty in Red Bank, New Jersey. I've been to Red Bank, New Jersey. It's close to New York, where I've also been. Somebody in the studio, I won't tell you who it is, Chunky, the warm-up comedian, he said, during the commercial break, he said, where were you at the weekend? And I said, I was in New York. And he said, oh, I thought you were in New Jersey. And I said, well, they're close to each other. Anyway, he's a warm-up comedian. He's the guy that starts the laugh track. Boy, there he is. Look, he's lovely. Go get it. There he is. Chunky me. Chunky me. Ah, yes, indeed. Anyway, Patty says, Dear Craig, can you plump us up again? Huh? Says, remember you went close to the camera with your hands out and said, let me plump you up a little. There you are. Do it again. Come here, Patty. Come here, Patty. Let me get you into the light. We have patches of light in the studio, don't we? All right, there? Right, good. Are you ready, Patty? Go close to the screen. Get right in close to the screen. There you are. All right, we'll be right back with Hugh Laurie, everybody. Hugh Laurie when we come back. welcome back to Behind the Scenes of 1970s Special Effects. Oh! Where we blow the lid off stuff you already knew. My first guest tonight stars on the hit show House, which is on Monday nights on Fox. But it's actually good. No, it's good. It's good. Take a look at this. Hugh Laurie, everybody. Hugh, welcome. How lovely to see you.
TV's Craig Ferguson.
TV's Craig Ferguson. None of your rubbish.
No.
No. Not radio's Craig Ferguson anymore.
I've just seen down there, I'm sitting about a foot lower than you are.
Yes, that's the way we do it here.
Go,
All right.
start.
So, how are things going over at the house, you know,
The
fitness
house
show?
house show.
Yeah, yeah. You having a nice time with Fox, then?
I know. The tales I could tell.
Yeah. Me too.
How, the tooth's healed up nicely, though.
Yeah, you must say that.
That looks...
I've had implants. I'm getting implants in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You ever had an implant in your mouth yet? I mean, you've been in LA some time now, really.
I believe that's what pilots call target confusion. I had so many possible jokes, I
Right.
just didn't know which one to go for.
Well, that's right, yeah.
No, I haven't.
How uncomfortable are you? with this?
I'm fine, actually. Do you want to go back to the status quo?
No, I don't, actually. No, I think I'm
No, we
fine.
can
too.
if you
All
want,
right,
if
then,
you'd
yeah,
rather.
all right. Oh, now sit up straight. Sit up straight.
It's absolutely fine.
Hugh, let me ask you a question.
If it makes you feel more powerful, Craig, that's fine.
I know that. I don't do this. This is the way it's set up.
Yes, of course, a man comes in and sets it for
All
you.
right. Look, I was going to ask you how comfortable you were with all the success. It must be driving you crazy. You hate success and good times.
I'm a good old-fashioned Presbyterian. Yes, I'm very suspicious of success and you know, worldly pleasures.
Are you having any worldly pleasures?
I don't actually. As a matter of fact, no, I send them back.
You know, you get free stuff actually if you're on TV. Apparently.
Is that right?
Yeah. Did you get that tie? Do you pay for it or did they get it for free? I'm sitting up in the
We
chair.
got a tie off.
No, this is free. No, look at this.
Is that a free tie?
Actually, I never thought there was a tie that's slightly more effete than this one, but there you are. Yeah.
But so confident am I
Yes.
in my sexuality, I thought I
agree.
could carry it off.
Yeah. What about all the sex symbol thing? That must be driving you nuts.
The sex.
Yes, well, you know, Dr. House, he's TV's sexiest doctor. He's the house we'd like in our underpants. All that stuff. I'm not making it up, Hugh. I'm not.
No, you are a little bit.
I am not making it up. It's all over the
No,
media.
I believe I was voted TV's sexiest curmudgeon on a list of 2.
Who's the other
I
curmudgeon?
don't know who the other curmudgeon
Andy
was.
Rooney. Yeah. And that's a lot of sex packed into one small little guy right there.
But it was very close. We were neck and neck. But I did just squeak that one.
No, now you're avoiding the question rather expertly in a
Thank you.
Presbyterian
Thank
way,
you, yes.
but no, does it make you terribly uncomfortable? People thinking that you're very sexy. I
no,
can see that it does.
Yeah, a little bit.
Finally,
No, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's a sexy. I think it's probably a sexy character because you know a sort of wounded. Well, first of all, he heals people. That's always that's an attractive thing.
That is sexy. That's true. Yeah.
And he's a sort of wounded, damaged creature who needs to be mended. And I think perhaps
Women like that. Women do like that.
I gather.
Well, what they do is they like, you know, women. This is what I'll give you my expert advice on women. Don't you worry. I've been divorced twice. I know what I'm talking about. So, I think women, when what they see is, like, they see a guy that's all in trouble and they think, well, I can fix him up. It's kind of like extreme home makeover, but a guy.
Within the guy.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But you're not like that. You're perfectly confident and happy in real life and not damaged at all.
I'm not damaged at all. No, I just pretend to be damaged in order to see if I can make that work, and it doesn't actually work.
No, it's all right. You got the family over now? Have they moved over?
They're spending more time here, yes.
Right.
I'm still so...
The show is a hit,
Well,
Hugh.
you
It's a
say
hit
that-
show,
no,
for
you say
God's sake. You're going to have to accept.
But I'm still very suspicious of success, and I still thinking, oh, it's good. Any day now, it could all go horribly wrong, and we'll be back on a plane back to Blighty.
Yeah, well, you know, you must have made a ton of money by now. You can go home and buy the damn place. I mean, that Fox, they pay money, son. They pay money. If they're not paying you, they're pulling some immigrant crap, because I'm telling you, you should get a lot of money for that thing you're doing.
I am very...
Well, clearly.
I'm very handsomely rewarded. I have as many ties as I can eat. I know, I'm very, very well paid. It's ridiculous.
Are you riding the motorcycle around?
Certainly am, yes.
I've stopped.
Awaiting your call.
Well, I've stopped riding the motorcycle around.
Why is that?
Because I've discovered airplanes. Unbelievable. Have you ever flown a little airplane?
On an
around?
airplane. I have flown on an airplane.
Oh, no, not a
I
big
see.
one where you
You
sit
mean
down
where
and they
you-
come up and say, warm nuts, sir. Not those ones.
Right.
No, I'm just happy to be in first class. No, it's,
If ever.
Make myself laugh. Come on, that's half the battle.
I am so redundant.
No.
You are flying an airplane yourself.
Little tiny airplane on my own. I love it. It's like a motorbike that goes in the sky.
Yes, no, right. I mean, I have been on... in fact, I have taken the controls. In fact, I've taken the controls of a jet fighter. How about that?
What?
An RAF Tornado. I went up and they had a certain kind, which they're trainers, and they take up 2 people. Usually it's just
Right.
1. And I vomited for about 45 minutes.
Is that part of the training?
Apparently pilots do it. They vomit a lot themselves, but it's pretty violent. But after about the 3rd vomiting, the pilot, his voice came over the intercom and he said, "If you're going to do that again, would you mind switching off your microphone?" He'd had to.
Oh, man.
It's not something you want to hear. But they do say, they warn you that if you don't get it in the bag,
Yes.
and they give you a lot of bags, but if you don't get it in the bag, they will make you have to clear it up. And it's not like clearing it up off this desk, it's like clearing
Which
it up.
I've done often enough,
Right.
let me tell you.
It would be like clearing it up out of the back of a television.
Oh,
you know,
no.
you'd be there,
Yes,
you'd
all
be
the
there
wires
with a toothbrush for a month.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's the awful bits of diced carrot in
exactly.
there.
I haven't eaten carrot for months.
And yet there it is. It's always there.
Yeah.
I rather like I don't get vomity and I get a bit farty sometimes when I'm flying. But other than that,
Those little small cabins.
yeah, a little cabin. Well, you can open the window if
Can
it's-
you?
Yes, if you're,
Jolly good.
yeah, if you're flying slowly
I
enough.
needed to know that.
Well, just in case you know what, are you still riding the British bike, the Triumph?
I am riding the Triumph, yes. It's my feeble attempt to sort of fly the flag, you know.
Yeah,
It's a
I think
wonderful,
you're doing
it's a wonderful
well.
motorcycle.
Flying
You had
the
an
flag.
Indian, didn't you?
I still have the Indian. It's an American bike. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
all right. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's American, not British. You know.
No, obviously. But within its own terms, it's
Yeah,
acceptable.
well, as long as you want to go in a straight line and not turn, it's a perfectly
Right,
acceptable
right.
bike.
Right.
And the minute you want to go any of that carving up the canyons,
You've got to
then-
get off and push it.
No, you
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah.
But I remember I saw you at the Emmy rehearsals because they rehearsed the Emmys. Oh yeah. I saw you at the Emmy rehearsals, and you had turned up on your motorbike to the Emmy rehearsals.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
You say that as if it's nutty.
Well, because you really do ride the bike. It's not some kind of celebrity. And, you know, on Access Hollywood Next, Hugh Laurie really rides.
no, it's
you
my-
really do. You
I know,
move
it's my-
around on it and everything.
Come rain or shine.
Yeah.
Although you don't get much rain here, so it's not much of a test of character in California, but in London, everything except snow.
Have you ever been hurt?
When I was 17, I came off quite badly, and I was in a wheelchair for a bit.
Oh.
But not since then, because you do it once and you think, ow.
Yes. Was it you? Was
I
it
don't
your
want to
fault?
do that again.
Was it your fault?
It was. I was showing off to a girl.
Ah, yes.
And I knew this girl, and I thought, I'm going to lay this bike, I'm going to go into this bed, I'm going to lay this bike down so low, and she'll obviously want to marry me.
Yes. It wasn't marry at all, was it? Here, it wasn't
no.
about marrying at all. You were 17.
Marrying was the euphemism of choice for that
Yeah.
moment.
Okay. Yeah.
And it got away from me, and it slid down the road, and
What happened to the bike? Oh! Yes.
And we didn't marry after all.
Ah.
And we didn't marry either.
Well, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But it was very, very painful.
What
I don't
about
recommend
your
it.
kids? Are they on the motorcycles? And are you okay with that?
They are. Yeah, they are, and it's a slightly scary thing. But then I realized, looking back, that it was a very scary thing for my parents.
Yeah.
When they saw me wobble off at the age of 16 on a motorcycle. But it's something that I've tried to make sure they get as much training as they possibly can, and they started off riding. They rode for years, actually, off, on grass.
Right.
And they fell.
Which is more difficult than actually.
It's very, very difficult,
yes,
but you learn an awful lot, and so, my middle son is now riding a bike every day.
What about your daughter? What is she?
She's 14. She goes on the back of mine.
Right. Not a motorcycle. But she'll start dating soon, I suppose, won't she? I'm sorry for saying that. That's a terrible. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Oh, she won't. No, she won't be interested in boys or stuff.
She's allowed to start dating on her 35th birthday.
I think that's reasonable. Perfectly reasonable. I understand that.
It's for her own good.
I couldn't agree more. If I ever have a daughter, she'll in her 40s. On you go. Enjoy yourself.
It is a worrying. It's a worrying prospect. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I know.
Rather wish I hadn't brought it up.
Yeah. So.
Still, we are finished the entire thing, so we'll at least end on a kind of down note.
Yeah, that's nice. Nice. Yeah. I like the way you've sort of shaped the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm the master of the television interview, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have time for, Hugh. Thanks. I think we've all learned something.
Well, good.
Hugh Laurie, everybody. We'll be right back with Michael Starr. Everybody, did you see that lady's boots? Did you see the kind of distractions that I'm dealing with? I'm trying to do my job, oh cheeky monkeys, never been, and then look, boots. I'm a guy. When I see a woman in boots, I think, boots. My next guest is a television writer for the New York Post. He's the author of a new book, Hiding in Plain Sight, The Secret Life of Raymond Burr. Please welcome Michael Starr, everybody. Michael Starr. I wasn't going to hug you. I was looking forward to that. No. I wasn't going to hug you, Michael. I thought, well, you're a television critic. It might, damage your integrity with other television critics.
That was the highlight of my trip out here.
Well, I must admit, it felt like you've been working out, and I liked it. Can I talk to you about this book? I guess that would be a good idea.
Please do so,
Raymond Burr, who was Perry Mason, and then I don't remember him as Perry Mason. I remember him as Ironside, the detective. What have you found out about him that we didn't already know?
Well, a very interesting story about Raymond Burr. He was gay in Hollywood in the 50s and the 60s in a time where homosexuality...
That happen?
Well, yes, believe it or not.
I thought homosexuality came in with flower power.
No.
They had it in the 50s, too?
It was one of the oldest things.
Good Lord, disgraceful.
What he did was, in order to cover up his homosexuality, he invented this whole biography for himself, including 2 ex-wives and a dead son, none of whom existed.
Wow,
he kind of went overboard.
Yeah, that's taking it a little too far, I think. Yeah.
He said his first wife died in a plane crash.
Right.
And his second wife died of cancer before giving birth to his son, who then died of leukemia 10 years later. But none of these people
But none
existed.
of that happened, so all that terrible tragedy never really occurred.
Right.
All right. The folks that might not remember Perry Mason, can we have a look at you? We have some of the Perry Mason stuff here. Look at that. That
actually was the finale of Perry Mason, and that was Dick Clark.
I thought,
and the judge was Earl Stanley Gardner, who created Perry Mason.
Earl Stanley Gardner?
Yeah, he came off of the last episode.
Wow, was he a good actor, Earl Stanley Gardner?
Well, you saw for yourself, right?
Yeah, I know.
He didn't have much to say.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, pretty much.
Are you? How do you think the shows match up nowadays? Then on the television, you're the TV critic.
I think Perry Mason, it was the first 1-hour legal drama on television.
Right.
You know, some of the acting was ham-handed and heavy-fisted, but you know, Raymond Burr was
That doesn't happen
great.
anymore,
No,
thank
of course not.
goodness.
Everybody's great.
All acting is fabulous now, especially on the CBS procedural
Well,
dramas.
of course.
There's been a murder. Somebody's died. I'm taking my glasses off.
There you are, I can do it.
And Ironside was the first person with physical infirmities to start.
Right, yeah, he was in
A
a
lot of
wheelchair.
people thought Raymond Burr was actually
I thought he was in a wheelchair.
handicapped. He wasn't.
Yeah.
He was fat.
He was fat?
Very fat, but that was about it.
Well,
He
that's not necessarily going to get you in a wheelchair, though. They,
no, but they
you know-
couldn't get him out. That was the problem.
Well, that's, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. What about the reality TV? Is that, do you go for that?
Not really. I mean, there's a lot of it on, obviously, but some of it gets good ratings, but then again, people they're not giving that much of a choice of what to watch because there's so much reality on. You know, the dramas. Hugh Laurie, you know, is great in House, and that's a great show, but
Right.
there aren't a lot of those kinds of shows going on right now.
Is that because the reality shows are cheaper to make? do you
They're
think?
cheaper to make. I think with the writer's strike that was just settled, a lot of these shows took off because they were cheaper to make, and you don't have to hire
You don't have
actors.
to have
and
writers.
You don't have to have writers.
Much like this show. We don't have to have writers. We have them, but we don't have to have them. You know, they're here.
You know, I mean, it's. What about you? Do you like reality TV?
I do, actually. I quite enjoy the reality TV, although I'm sad that Fox took off The Littlest Groom. I thought that was a high point. Do you remember that show? It lasted like 3 episodes. It was that they had a bunch of little people and somebody was going to, like a, you know, big buxom woman was going to marry one
we
of them.
did a story. Actually, I did a story. We reached out to the little people community and got some
Right.
reaction. They were very offended by it.
Were they really?
Yes.
No, it's terrible. It's terrible. No, it's awful. I mean, they must have been adorable. I mean, incensed with that. No, it is a
The
terrible...
show didn't last, by the way.
Well, no, it didn't. Was it 3 episodes?
Yeah, something like that.
Do you think that the executives just don't care anymore? Do they just like throw it up on the screen and see what happens? I mean, clearly with this show, that's what happened. But
I think, you know, there's so much airtime to fill. There's a lot of ideas that they throw them up to see what sticks.
Right.
Some of it does, some of it doesn't. There's a show on now called Farmer Takes a Wife on the CW.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a farmer looking for a
Farmer looking for a wife.
You know, like sort of like The Bachelor in Hooterville or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, that's the stuff that's on these days. You know, it's.
What time is this Bachelor in Hooterville show on? I've got to see it. Michael, it's been lovely talking to you. The book is called Hiding in Plain Sight, The Secret Life of Raymond Burr. The lovely Michael Starr, everybody. We'll be right back.
What did we learn on the show tonight, Craig?
Tell you what I learned. When I see a woman in boots, I can't concentrate. Good night, everybody.